What up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. It is good to see you. I'm out on the road, currently editing today's video. What we're about to see is me assessing the AC on the Type R with the K20 swap. Shout out to our sponsor today, JDI, aka Jordan Distributors. They have a new product dropping this Friday, June 10th. So stay tuned, pay attention, follow them on Instagram, check out what they have. They have a bunch of cool stuff and they have a new product dropping. Stay tuned for that. Also, shout out to Resto Tuner if you need any old school decals for your golden era Honda or even other makes and models. Go to restotuner.com and check them out. Thank you to our sponsors. And also, if you picked up a Dragon Spec giveaway bundle in the last couple of months, good news, pay attention on Wednesday. I'll be dropping a video that gives all the details of us doing the giveaway. We're going to do it live. But just tune in Wednesday, and if you know anybody that got a hold of a Dragon Spec bundle, make sure that they see Wednesday's video and check out today's video. Okay, working on the car, we figured out a couple of things. It basically seems like we're kind of back at square one, but we're really not. We've straightened up some things. We figured out some fan stuff. We figured out some AC stuff, and we figured out the reverse lockout. So we had reverse lockout on all the time. The reason why was actually in the map. This car was tuned. It's on K-Pro V3. They didn't have the speed sensor correction thing for the Z1 Trans at the time that they tuned it, so they just put it at, 45 miles an hour all the time. Now, to test it properly, I've got to drive it and see if the speed sensor is wired in so that once it does get a signal, the reverse lockout works. There's no seat in here right now, so obviously I haven't driven it. The other thing is we kind of had a janky situation with the fans were directly wired to the fuse box. Kind of corrected that where it's nice and clean and done properly. And we have put everything back together. She is looking good. All the interior is back together. We figured out the reverse lockout issue. All of the interior is put back in, except for the stuff in the corner. That's just because I had to figure out what was going on with the reverse lockout. So let me walk you through this. The reverse lockout was on all the time, and the reason for that was because this has a Honda version 3 on it, and it didn't have the K-Tunes all-in-one VSS converter on. And this has a Z1 Trans with the CSS instead of the VSS. So what they did was they put a constant signal on. So it had a constant signal of like 45 miles per hour just to get rid of the VSS code. So once I figured that out, its reverse lockout is working like it should. With the AC, the compressor is functioning the way it should. Now we've got to go find out what's going on with it because the system is charged, the compressor is coming on, which means it should be working and blowing cold, but it's blowing warm. So that means either one of two things, either A, the compressor's bad, or B, the expansion valve underneath the dash is bad. So we have to hook up the gauges, look at the pressures, see what's going on, and then figure that out, see what needs to be repaired, vacuum the system, replace the part, vacuum the system again, and refill it. So idle's nice and perfect. So let's head over to the Tony shop and get this thing popping. So we're gonna notice the car is running and clutch in, reverse. So we made it over here to Tony's shop. We're about to check the pressures. Got some really cool cars out here. This thing is the baddest thing I've ever seen in my life. I think it's badass. Wait, you want to turn the AC on or just? Yeah. Oh, did you? Yeah. Hit the AC button. Let me make sure that thing's clicking on. Okay, so something weird has occurred. So the compressor was clicking on, and then now we get to Tony's shop, and now the compressor won't click on. And what he's showing is that there's no Freon in it now, so maybe there was some in there before, but just trying to see what's going on. I'm not really sure. Now, something may have happened where it froze up or blew out, so there might be a leak somewhere within the evaporator. And here's the question, will it suck down? Woo! What you got? Breathe it.
Air in the system for sure.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, did they vacuum it long enough?
Probably not.
And who knows if you can put a new dryer in there.
Oh, that's bad.
What?
Compressor shot. Look at the color of the shit coming out of it. Black.
Oh, so that's how you know?
Shit, boy. That's what we like to call the Black Death. Yeah, your compressor took a shit.
And it's aftermarket. We're gonna go get an OEM one. Ha ha! Oh, so we know it's done. We're done. We're done. Prognosis is compressor is dead. Listen here, when you run an AC and you gonna rip it, turn the AC off before you rip it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta hunt down an OEM one. So that's the word. So now we're done and we can go handle this properly, which I'm happy about knowing that.
I'll tell you because I did.
Wait, what happened? What's up with that?
On the S2K. Pretty much customer, takes the car out probably once or twice a month. And he contacted me specifically for that reason, that the AC was blown warm. And so sure enough, I pull the line off the expansion valve off the firewall, and what do you see? Black liquid like that. So it's Black Death is like what we call it. But at that point, you literally got to take everything off, clean out all the lines, flush out the evap, and put a new compressor on it, receiver dryer, expansion valve, and all new O-rings. It's kind of like a refresh for the AC, and it sucks, but I mean, that's what you kind of get with going with the aftermarket compressor.
Yeah, that is not OEM. Somebody did a nice job with the lines. I will say that. Let's see.
Yeah, you can see the black liquid in there.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to get on the phone with my main man and see what he wants to do.
It's a windows down light.
I don't know. This is a Miami car. All right, so we're leaving Tony's shop. I don't know if I mentioned it. So I think we did. Compressor's toast on this ITR. We're gonna have to get some parts and come back and work on it later. So I'm gonna have a miserable drive back, that's for sure. But I knew that was most likely gonna be the case anyway. So I'm gonna drive the car back, and then get everything we need, and we'll come back to Tony's shop, get this thing vacuumed and recharged. It's gonna be a big process though. Hello, we're in the car. We have arrived at our location that we need to be at today. Where are we at? Well, we've been here before for this car. We are at TAE. Kind of like a sports car junkyard, if that makes sense. Everything's kind of already taken apart and cataloged on shelves and stuff. So it's not a pick and pull, let's just put it that way. All right, over at TAE, we just picked up a nice OEM compressor. Everything looks good. Spins good, bearings good, clutch seems good, still oil in it. So we're good to go here. If you need any parts, if you need anything, you can tell they've got all kinds of stuff here. All kinds of stuff. So if you need parts, Civics, Mitsubishis, Type Rs, Skylines, they got you. What up, boys? What's good? Back working on the Type R's AC system. I'm gonna get busy on this because this is a customer's car. I'm gonna outline what I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna show you every step of the way. If you're not really familiar with AC systems, let the professionals do it, handle it, let them deal with it. But it is actually relatively simple to deal with. So I'm gonna show you the new parts. So getting busy, we have a fresh AC compressor that is OEM from TAE that we picked up. We have a brand new dryer and expansion valve. These are going to be replaced into the Type R. So if you notice, we have these lines up against the firewall. Well, we need to disconnect those two lines. And if you notice, one of them goes down here to the dryer. We're going to be replacing the dryer. And this big long line here goes across to the compressor. So we need to remove that big long line. That's one long line, that's a custom line somebody made, and just be delicate. The other lines are attached to the condenser, which is up here in the front, hiding in front of the radiator. We've got to pull all that apart, as well as drop the evaporator that's underneath the dash We got to go underneath there, drop that, replace the expansion valve in that. And to be 100% honest with you, I'll show you each step of the way, but I'm not going to show you ripping all this apart because it's self-explanatory. It's 10 millimeter bolts. Rip it apart. The system's been vacuumed. If you're working with an AC system that still has Freon in it, you need to go have it vacuumed before you start to do this, or stuff will go everywhere and it'll be a mess, and it's also illegal. I'm going to get busy on this, and I will pick up the camera when I show you when I've got some progress. All right, so you guys taking notes. We've got the car up in the air. We've got some guts on the floor. So we got the belt off. We got the compressor off. We got the lines off. Here is our compressor that we just pulled off. It's a Chinese compressor. I'm gonna clean this up and spray it, make it look nice and clean like this. If you notice in here, it's like black and it's all burned up. It's that color. Whereas in this one, it's all nice and shiny and green. You could still see the oil in there. Maybe they didn't put enough oil in here, I don't know. And when you rev them to 9, they like to explode. So the process is, I've got to take these lines, that's one line, this line down here, this line here, the other line from the dryer. I'm gonna take it to a friend's house, clean it out, and air compress it out. So we replace the dryer and then an expansion valve, which for you right-hand drive guys, I don't know. But the USDM dryer so far does work. And I'm willing to bet the expansion valve probably works as well too underneath the dash. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up, get it on the car. Then we're gonna take all the lines, get them cleaned out, put it all back together, drop the stuff out of the dash, and the next day or so I can get it vacuumed and charged. So, yep, moving along. Okay, kids, the nightmare of pulling everything under the dash is out. So this is the thermostat, like it tells, hey, this is too cold, turn the compressor off. That was basically pulled out of its position. Whatever, so I did this nightmare. Yay! All right, so we've pulled everything out of there. Okay, kids, AC lesson. This is the box that we dropped underneath the dash. This is known as the evaporator. This is what sticks to the firewall and the lines bolt to. This is called the expansion valve, and a lot of times if the AC is working, but it's not getting cold, it's this guy. And what happened was, not only is this thing dirty and filthy, look at all that dirt, nastiness, we're gonna clean all that up. So what happens is when the compressor exploded, it basically clogs this thing, guaranteed 100%. You might be able to save it and vacuum it and vacuum it and vacuum it to try to get the dirty nastiness out of there, but it's cheap enough that you should just replace it. This is a big job. I'm not joking about this. So, and not to mention I got to replace all the seals and the Schrader valves and stuff just to make sure nothing's leaking once I'm all said and done. All right, here's this bad boy broken out of its little shell. Look at all this nastiness, son. Gotta be very careful because I believe this is JDM only, or right-hand drive only. So I've got to very carefully clean this. So though, if you want AC, you don't want to pay somebody is what you look for. You know what I really love, and this is completely unsponsored, and you know who I would really love to sponsor the channel? I'll tell you who. This shit is awesome. It's so refreshing. All right, so finally, after beating the shit out of this thing, this one was stuck pretty good. Look at all the seals are shot anyway. So here we have, let's take a look at the expansion valve, and you can see in there, see all that's those, it looks like little balls in there. Yeah, those aren't supposed to be there. Those are pieces of the compressor. Yeah, you ain't gonna get no AC with that right there, buddy. You know, what the expansion valve does is it takes the fluid and it squeezes it down. Oh my God, oh great. You see what we got here? We got ourselves a problem right there, buddy. So that's why all this stuff needs to be cleaned out. Thank God it stopped right there and it didn't let it go in through the rest of it. So now I've got everything apart. I'm gonna go take this to my buddy's house. We're gonna do some water, brake cleaner, and then we're going to spray it out with compressed air. So I think this is actually pieces of the dryer, and they're all encrusted up in here. I just broke it free. This is what you want. This is what you want to do with your Saturday. I mean, we're glad it didn't actually go into the big side, so. Yeah. Holy skaboosh. All right, boys. We got all our AC stuff here. We are cleaning them out. We got a little cleaner, carb cleaner here, and then blowing it out. We got one line done, brother. Alright, now I gotta do the rest of these right here. I'm gonna do the small ones first, because that's easy. Okay, so we have returned from cleaning everything out. This thing has been nice and cleaned out. You can see everything's nice and clear. We completely rinsed everything out, brake cleaned it, air pressured it. So it is absolutely clean and spotless and ready for a new expansion valve. Same thing with all the other lines, completely cleaned out, ready to go. Kind of giving them a nice coat of silver so they're gonna look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get installing the new expansion valve. Pretty self-explanatory. Here and here, like that. And then it actually has another thing that kind of goes into here. And then a temperature bulb, which is this little thing in here that goes in this little clip that we got right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this together, show you the finished product. I'm also gonna clean out the boxes and everything like that. And don't forget when you're installing this stuff that you get your seals to go with it. So we've got the expansion valve and everything all plugged in to the evaporator. And now I'm getting all the box clean and everything like that. Been cleaning the styrofoam. I don't wanna get too harsh with cleaning this stuff. This thing was completely black before, but I don't wanna get too harsh with cleaning it because it's very delicate. So this sits in there like that. Yeah, put the top half of the foam in there. Fits in there nice. So we're gonna put this all in the box, put the clips on, the screws, and then the thermostat needs to pop in there. So now we've got this bad boy sitting in the bottom with the thermostat there. I'm gonna get the top on. So there's our box all put together. Nice thermostat, nice and clean. Fresh expansion valve, all cranked down, and the fact that you can see light through there is really good. Means we're gonna get a good, wind passing through here. Like again, the fan pushes through here, goes up the other side. So now we just need to get this and all the other crap stuffed underneath the dash, and then we can install the compressor and the wires. All right, so let's see what we got in here. Any magical stuff? Oh yeah. See, from time to time you want to drop this fan. I'm just going to clean it up, put it back together. So here's a tip for you guys. If you're cleaning the fan box, be careful of this thing right here. This thing is very delicate on the inside. You can see the little springs that are coated. Those are very delicate, and what they do is they control the fan speed. So if your fan only works on 4 or 1 or something like that, or does weird stuff as you switch through fan speeds, it's that thing right there. So if you go to clean this out, be very careful of that guy right there. This is painstakingly difficult to get all that dirt up in there, but we're doing it. We're having luck. It's breaking off. Just having to go through and sit here and soak. Simple Green just knocks that shit out. You just, when you're dealing with the AC system, you're breathing all this stuff. So, all right, for you guys that are watching this video still, okay, there we go. My phone quit working. I don't know why. Shout out to Resto Tuner. Premium fuel only. I'm not sure where the camera left off. We've got the hard lines all connected up here. Looks beautiful. And we've got this little clip. This is an OEM Honda clip from my DA that I saved. It separates the hose so nothing's rubbing. We've got the brand new dryer installed. We've got the hard line from the evaporator to the dryer to the condenser. Now all we have to do is install the compressor. We've got this line on. Once I get underneath there, I'll hook this big line up to it. It's hanging down there somewhere. And we're gonna connect that and mount it up, and we're good to go. Okay, car's back on the ground. Everything is installed. We've got the compressor nice and tight. We've got the belt on. All of the hoses connected. Everything put back in its place like it should for now. Now what we need to do, if you are attempting to do this, let me say this for the 10,000th time, do not put Freon in it. Vacuum the system, and if you can find somebody who will vacuum the system for you for at least 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. I like to do an hour because it boils off all that air and oxygen. A lot of times when you go to shops, They want to, vacuum it down for 10, 15 minutes and say it's good. But the thing is that when a system has been open to the air, the vacuum actually boils off any oxygen, turns to water, boils it off, sucks it out, gets it out of there. And you do not want water in the system because that's what causes all kinds of, temperature changes within the AC system. So vacuum if you can, get somebody to do it, pay extra, do whatever you got to do, get them to vacuum the system for at least 45 minutes to an hour. That's just my professional opinion. Other people say I'm stupid, I'm retarded, I don't know what I'm talking about, whatever, but I've seen the results and I felt the results, and it's a big difference. All right, we've got the Type R over here at Tony's shop. We're gonna vacuum this thing down, but I got everything put back together. The car obviously driving fine. We're now about to vacuum this thing over at Tony's shop, aka Jet Performance. Ooh, look at that.
And system.
But that's what you want. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't no smoke coming out this thing.
A little bit.
A little bit. That's because we did have to clean out all the lines, everything else. But she should be Gucci. I really hope she's Gucci. Replaced all the seals.
No more black fluid.
Dude, there was so much of it too.
Yeah.
It was nasty. So what we're going to do is vacuum this bad boy down for as long as we can, 45 minutes to an hour, cut it off, make sure that the gauges stay at 0 so it's got good vacuum. And then we'll charge the system. And hopefully she should be Gucci. With my Integra, when we did my K-swap, when we put as much as we thought in it, where it was fine, on the highway, the compressor would be kicking on and off, on and off, on and off. And then we lowered it down a little bit, and then it was smooth, and it would keep you freezing the whole time.
The thing is, too, it's hard to say because a lot of the AC swap kits, all of them have different lines and lengths and whatever. So
it's a guesstimation.
It's going to be different.
Okay, we have vacuumed this bad boy down for a while, and she is holding vacuum nice and Gucci. We got this thing hooked up. We've got this thing. We've got the R34 hooked up. We have purged the line.
For those people that don't know, you have to be AC certified to buy these. So
yes.
Make sure whoever's working on your car is AC certified.
All right, so we're going to start it up. You tell me when you want me to turn it on.
Turn on.
Okay. All right. Oh! The compressor just kicked on. Now she's got to suck it in. Here's the question. Yeah, I lit up. So what? Oh, Billy! She's yeah. You want me to hold the gas pedal down about 3,000? Yeah. Also, make sure that is that front fan on. Yeah, just trying to let it in there. We'll rate. Yeah, it looks like she's spinning. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is hold it at about $3,000 or $2,000. Oh, God, yes. Oh, that feels amazing. I'm going to be honest with you, it don't smell good because of all the cleaners I got in here, but oh, that is amazing. Yes, Gooch. I mean, once you get driving down the road, that's going to be nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely going to want to raise the idle because of the AC compressor.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Bruh, she is icy. She is icy. Thank God. She's idling good. Got it all dialed in. We do have the idle a little on the high side, but for good reason. It's because down here it gets so damn hot in the summer. You know, it'll yeah, we're only at 1,000 RPM. So
I don't know, 100 with AC on.
Yes, which is what you want, because if it starts idling really low, it'll start shaking everything, and we just want this to be a smooth car. I'd rather have a high idle and nice cold AC where it's not shaking me to death at a light. You know what I mean? And bruh, she's icy. And I know when we get her on the road, she's gonna get even colder. So that's the main thing, is just making sure it cycles too, and then we're good. But this feels amazing. All right, boys, this is where we're going to wrap the video up. The AC in the Integra is feeling super icy. It's awesome. I can't say enough good things. Big shout out to Tony from Jet Performance for helping out. And also our sponsors, JDI, aka Jordan Distributors, and Resto Tuner. Go check them both out, jordandistributors.com and restotuner.com. I'll see you boys all in the next video. And don't forget, Wednesday's video is going to be all the Dragon Spec giveaway details. So, see you in the next one, and keep on living your dream.